Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel for a new video. I'm on a haptics kick right now as I've been looking for ways to make the experience in my sim even more fun and immersive. I just released a video on the belt tensioner BT1 from Qubic System and I was so impressed with it. So if you haven't seen it, I'll put the link in the description below. But today I'm going to be adding another amazing haptics product. It is the MTC-P Extreme from Sensit Haptics. This is basically a bass shaker for your seat. You may have seen some of the competitors of this product, which are pads that will go on top of your seat and just provide those haptics in your back and under your butt. But this product is very different and very unique because it is cushions that will replace the cushions in your seat, and those cushions have 14 actuators that will mimic a lot of different effects from the car and from the road. I am super excited to try it out because I think it's going to be an amazing add-on to the belt tensioner, and I can't wait to see how well they work together. So I will try it with and without the belt tensioner to see how well they complement each other, how well the effects work together, and just see how much more immersive it can make the entire experience. For today's video, I'm going to be unboxing this product, show you exactly what it's about, show you what you get, show you how to install it, and also just how it works and how to use it in your favorite sims such as iRacing. So without further ado, let's get started with the unboxing. Inside the Sensit branded box, you'll find everything you need to get started. The cushions, control box, power supply, USB cable, and instruction manual. Although there are 4 cushions, only 2 of them, one seat piece and the larger back piece, have actuators inside of them. It's easy to know which ones because they have this cable coming out of them which connects to the control box. I took a little peek inside the back cushion to get a glimpse at the actuators. Let's talk pricing. At $799, the MTC-P Extreme is considerably more expensive than competing products. You're paying $400 more compared to seat pads like the Razer Freya and the Next Level Racing HF8 Pro. That extra cost is buying you primarily 2 things. 1, a seamless integration into your bucket seat, which means more comfort, and 2, more feeling. The Sensit has several more actuators, including 4 powerful bass shakers. So I just took a quick look at the instruction manual and it looks pretty straightforward. The only thing is the compatibility with my seat. So this is a universal kit that's supposed to fit most standard sim racing seats, but you have the official list on their website. The TR series that I am using right now is not part of that list, so I did a quick test fit and it looks like it's gonna work perfectly. However, as you know, I just recently became a SimLab ambassador, so I'm going to be switching my entire setup to the SimLab setup very soon with their seat, which is one of the seats on the compatibility list for Sensit, so it's going to be a perfect fit and I am super excited to switch very soon. Installation was a breeze and took only about 10 minutes. The first step is to remove the old cushions from your seat. I have to say I love the look and style of the TR series seat, but as I mentioned in the video when I first installed it, the cushions are quite stiff and too thin. Anyway, we're saying bye to those now and replacing them with the Sensit cushions. So one thing that's important for your seat is to have this hole here in the bottom of the seat to be able to put the cables through. So if you don't have a compatible seat, they actually offer a seat that already has the cushions integrated in it for only $200 more. The fabric and thickness of this are very similar to what you'll find in most bucket seats, so there are no compromises to comfort at all. I'm going to secure the control box underneath. Sensit includes double-sided adhesive pads to make it quick and easy. It's literally just plug and play from here. I connect the 2 cables from the cushions, the power and the USB cable, and I'm done. Alright, so we got everything plugged, everything installed, so let's see how it feels. This is quite different from the usual feeling of my seat for sure, but it feels quite nice. I think it fits the seat pretty good for not being really made for it. It actually fits quite good. The material is okay, it feels fine, and there's nice padding. So for this seat that is usually very stiff, it actually adds a nice padding to it. So I'm probably not gonna mind having that. But what's gonna matter is when it's on. So let's get the software installed and try this thing out. I was very impressed by Sensit's software. They could have just made you go through SimHub, which you still can if you wanted to, but instead you'll get an incredibly well done native program that's super clean, visually pleasing to look at, and easy to use. There is another bonus to using their software though. Sensit says that you'll get a telemetry detection rate that's 2 times faster compared to using SimHub, offering super low latency, even under 5 milliseconds. Now let's look at everything you can adjust. There are 2 basic presets, immersive and competitive, but your best bet is to make a custom preset first and go from there. That's also where you'll select which game you're going to use it with, in my case, iRacing. This is the current list of compatible titles as of the recording of this video. Automobilista 2, EAWRC and Le Mans Ultimate will soon be added to the mix. Once your preset is ready, you can start making the finest of adjustments to each effect, not just in terms of intensity, but to where exactly you'll be feeling it. The available effects are gear shifts, engine vibration, ABS, wheel slip, and road feel. Let's take gear shifts for example. That's something that you'll probably be feeling more in your back than on the seat, so you can turn that on to be felt only there. Road feel, on the other hand, that's something you'll probably want to feel under your legs. For my first ever test, I'm going to have all the effects on at their default intensity. The competitive preset is meant to be used for high-level driving and esports. This mode only has ABS and wheel slip activated. I can absolutely see a case where this can be used to one's advantage, primarily when it comes to alerting you about ABS at the millisecond it begins to engage. The ultra-low latency, in combination with how powerful you can make it feel, can give you an edge. Right guys, everything is connected and ready to go, so let's put it to the test in iRacing. I'm gonna go to Suzuka in the Porsche 911 GT3R, so let's get it started. I'm so excited about this. Let's jump in the car. Oh, oh my gosh, I can already feel the vibration under my legs and in my back, so let's see. Oh my gosh, the shift. Oh wow. Oh, the shifts are really strong. Dang. Okay, so this is my first time actually in the car, so I'm gonna try to see how it feels. Oh my gosh. Well, so as you know, I have pretty much like a custom profile right now for iRacing that has all of the effects in. So it's like an immersive profile to be able to feel absolutely everything. And I have to say, just trying it out like that for the first time, it feels absolutely incredible. It's like this thing is a butt kicker on steroids. You get all of the similar effects, the road, the engine, the curbs, the shifts, of course. And then you also get things such as wheel slip and ABS, which I think is going to be super helpful, like a kind of a cheat code that you get to really be able to feel what's happening with the car and give you the right clues and cues so that you can better control the car and know what's happening and react faster as well. So this is very similar to what you can get with the pedals or even the belt tensioner. I wasn't sure how realistic it would feel because of course we're talking about vibration and haptics, which is always a question of how realistic is it going to feel. And I think it all depends on how well it's built, right? It depends on kind of the intensity, it depends on the frequency as well of the vibration. But I think this, from like not touching at all, not fine-tuning any of the effects so far, I have to say it feels so good. It's also very responsive. Of course, the more I use it and the better I think it's gonna feel. I will probably adjust some of the settings, maybe tune some down, put some other ones more up. But I really like the way they've designed this, where basically you have one main pad under your legs and one in your back, and they have each basically 4 areas, and you can decide which areas reflect which effect. So right now I think you have most of the road effect and kind of the immersion related effects on one side, and then the other ones that are more the ones that you're not feeling non-stop, such as the ABS or the wheel sleep, are coming from a different part of the pad. So when those come in, you can really differentiate them. You can really tell that it is something different. So when you're not really trying to think about what's happening and you're just driving, you still know when something not normal, not expected is happening, such as hitting the ABS. So I think it is a very smart way to differentiate between those effects, because this is where sometimes you have to make compromises on which effects do you really want to leverage or feel and which ones are just secondary. So for example, with the active pedal, you can decide to have the ABS, effect, of course, and then you can also put an effect when you hit, for example, 80% brake pressure, and often you're gonna hit the ABS when you're just braking too much. So those two effects are gonna come in at the same time, and you might not be able to differentiate what is what. Of course, you can change again the frequency of each of the effects, but they can sometimes kind of start to mix together. So I think having other ways to differentiate, such as in this case just the area in your body where you feel it, is actually really, really clever. So I have to say, I really like the curves. It feels really, really good. They're really well done. The effect is really nice. Woo! The curves are very strong. I may have to pull it down just a tiny bit. This is pretty incredible, because the more I'm driving with it right now, the more I'm starting to just get used to it, not thinking about what it's telling me or what it's doing, and just enjoying it. I do almost feel like I'm moving a little bit. There's so much of the road effect is actually really impressive, because it's like when I'm on the straight, it's not like a linear feel. It really adapts to every part of the track, and it's almost like I'm discovering things from the track that visually I am not able to tell. The other thing that I noticed is when I was trying the belt tensioner, immediately I could relate what I was feeling through the belt or through the harness to my pedals, because a lot of what you're getting through the belt tensioner is related to the braking, of course. And in this case, it feels like a lot of what I'm feeling is more related to the steering wheel and the wheelbase and the feedback that I'm getting in my hands. So it's very interesting how different those two things are, and I think they're going to be very complementary. So I'm actually super excited to try both together, and I'm probably going to do that next. All right, so let me start the belt tensioner and then jump back in right after. And that's it, it's already on. I didn't have to do anything, just plug it, and now it's already working. This is incredible. I love this so much. Oh my gosh, the entire rig is shaking now. I can feel everything. This is insane. Both together is absolutely insane. It's like every motion that my eyes are seeing now, it's felt. Every tiny little bump, every cornering, everything is just there. Okay, so now I can tell you the response speed, because of course I'm feeling now the shifts both in the belt tensioner and they're kicking in my back at the exact same time. It's very fast. They're almost both at the exact same time. There's maybe a very, very slight difference. It's almost like I get pushed and then I get that feeling in my back, almost, directly right after it. So it's actually pretty perfect together. So in terms of the immersion right now, I have to say this is pretty much a 10 out of 10. It is just incredible. There's just nothing really missing right now. Everything is there. Everything I could ask for, could think of, it's just there, and even more. Now the question, and always people end up asking, does it make you faster? Thinking in terms of, again, giving you the right clues to know what's happening really with the car, avoid some mistakes. I think it's just like the active pedal. Those are kind of cheat codes that really help you know what's happening at every single point in time, because you are feeling everything. And the more you feel it in different parts of your body, whether it's under your feet, in your hands with the wheelbase and the steering wheel, now in your back, on your chest, now you just can't miss those things because they're just there. So it's exactly like the real thing. It is getting so close to being on the track in a real car. Of course, again, when it comes to making you faster, I'm again in the immersive setup right now, so you have everything, and it's probably not gonna make you faster, but it's gonna make your experience just so much fun. But if you are looking to just be more competitive, they do have a setup that's specifically for that, and that's gonna only give you when you're hitting the ABS or when you get some wheel spin, so you can choose how you want to use it. But I think it is so much fun this way. I don't think I want to remove all of the other effects. Right guys, so what's the verdict? I have to say I was super impressed with it. I didn't really know what to expect because I've never really used haptics before. Of course, I have my active pedals and I've just tried the BT one from Qubic System. But before that, I really didn't know, other than a butt kicker, what else you could do with haptics. And it is just incredible. With everything that I have on my rig right now, the immersion factor is absolutely insane, and I am so happy that I've been adding these new products. So when it comes to Sensit, the first thing that I want to mention is the comfort. The cushions look pretty normal and traditional, nothing special about them, but they actually feel really good. And I have to say, in my TR series seat that is very stiff to start with, it kind of fixed that seat because the padding is pretty thick. So when added to this seat, it actually makes it overall much more comfortable than it was to start with. So really happy with that. No complaints about how it feels. The cushions adjusted really well to this seat as well, so if you have the same one, you'll know that it works perfectly. The second point is on realism, and I have to say that's where I was the most skeptical about this product, because I was not sure what it could provide on top of what a butt kicker can provide, because I've had a butt kicker pretty much since I've had a sim rig, and I've been really happy with it, and it's providing a lot of great information and feedback. But this is actually next level, because it's like having a butt kicker right on your body, in your back and under your legs, and it just makes the entire experience a little bit more real, because you can feel everything directly in your body and not just coming from under your seat, or if you have it somewhere else on your rig, it might make your entire rig shake. But in this case, it's really you that's feeling it, and it really gives you the impression that you are sitting right in the car. And the fact that you are getting that feedback from two different parts of the seat basically makes it even more differentiated, because you also feel the different effects in different places of your body. So it is very unique and also very clever. Now the last thing is about the price, and the price point kind of hurts because it's $799, so it's definitely not cheap. You are getting something that's pretty unique and differentiated. Of course, there are other options on the market. I already mentioned the butt kicker, but there is also the Next Level Racing haptic pad that you can also put on your seat, which is, I believe, $300 for both of those. So this is more than double the price. So the real question is it worth it? If your goal is to get towards motion and get something that's going to be so realistic that you feel like you're in the car, and you're thinking about adding some other haptics systems just like I have, it is totally worth it. I think you've seen my reaction in the rig. I had a smile on my face the entire time. I was actually being tricked by all those haptics and all the feedback that I would get into feeling that I really was in the car, and that's something that I've never experienced before in my rig. Just for that aspects, I think it is worth it. But if your goal is just to add a little bit of immersion, then a butt kicker or something else a bit cheaper works totally fine as well. That's what I've been doing for years until now, so definitely also possible. But this is next level, and even though it is a little bit on the expensive side, I highly recommend it if you're looking for very strong immersion. So that's gonna be it for this video. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to ask me in the comments below. I'll be making another video with other haptics products, so if you don't want to miss it, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell button. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.